Let's say it's around 9:43 p.m. You're a bit hungry, but not enough to cook. So you grab your phone, scroll for a minute, and tap on a burger. By 9:53, it's already at your door. You didn't have to move, think much, or wait long. That's the whole idea behind 10-minute delivery. It's fast, easy, and feels kind of magical. And for many people, it fits perfectly into daily life, especially in cities where time feels short and days move fast. Today, Americans spend over $1 trillion a year on dining out, and more of that is flowing through delivery apps every year. But what's interesting isn't just the money. It's how normal all of this has become. Food, which used to be something you plan, or ordering outside, which used to be a bit of an event, now happens with barely a second thought. And the more automatic it gets, the easier it is to stop noticing how often we're doing it, or why. Not because we're hungry, but because it's there, it's fast, and feels like the easiest option. And maybe that's the real shift here. 10-minute delivery isn't just changing the convenience of getting food, but slowly how we relate to food altogether. In this video, we're going to break that down. We'll look at what makes ultra-fast delivery so addictive, who really benefits from it, and what it's doing to the way we eat, spend, and think about food. Let's start with the upside. For students rushing between classes, parents juggling work, and kids or anyone living alone, fast delivery can feel like a lifesaver. It's also opened up flexible work for millions of people through the gig economy. But while it gives us speed on the surface, there's something else happening under it. To make food arrive in under 10 minutes, a lot of things have to line up. Micro warehouses need to be stocked nearby, drivers need to wait around, ready to dash out. Restaurants need to prioritize speed, not the meal, just how quickly it leaves the kitchen. And once you look at it like that, it starts to feel less like magic and more like machinery under pressure. Let's take the drivers, or more accurately, gig workers. Most of them aren't full-time employees. They don't get health benefits, paid leave, or fuel support. After expenses, they often make just $3 to $5 per delivery. And in this system, the faster they move, the more they're expected to do, without much extra in return. Then there are the restaurants who pay commission fees, sometimes 15%, sometimes even 30%, just to be on these apps. Now for a small local spot, that's a huge cut. And over time, many either raise their prices, cut corners, or simply stop trying to compete. What about bigger chains like McDonald's and Domino's? Why don't they struggle the same way? Because this model was built for them. They have centralized kitchens, bulk supply chains, and exclusive deals with delivery apps. They can afford to offer discounts and still profit. So while local restaurants try to survive, big brands grow stronger. And slowly, the variety in what we eat starts to narrow. Speed doesn't just change how food gets to us, but it also changes what ends up in the bag. With fast delivery, the focus shifts from quality to speed, which means most meals aren't cooked fresh. They're prepped in advance and often loaded with salt, sugar, and preservatives just to hold up in a box. It's part of the reason why so many options on delivery apps lean toward fried food, snacks, and heavily processed meals. They're cheap to make, easy to transport, and fast to reheat, and that shows up in our habits too. Over 1 in 3 Americans eat fast food every week, and with delivery apps making it easier than ever, it's not hard to see why home cooking keeps dropping. The problem isn't just health or taste, it's also how forgettable this kind of eating becomes. You order something, scroll while eating, and barely register what it tasted like. Then maybe you do it again the next night. A meal fills you up for now, but leaves you tired later. Or a snack hits the spot, but crashes your energy an hour later. And when food becomes that automatic, it starts to lose its place in our lives, not just as fuel, but as something we enjoy, share, or take care in preparing. And that's only part of the story, because the faster we order, the more we overorder. And the more we overorder, the more ends up in the trash. Right now, the US wastes about 70 million tons of food every year. And delivery adds to that, whether it's ordering more than we need, forgetting leftovers, or tossing out meals that didn't travel well. Then there's the packaging, single-use plastics for everything. Forks, sauces, containers, bags, all wrapped in another bag. You eat for 10 minutes, but the trash lasts for decades. When this happens across millions of households day after day, the scale becomes hard to ignore. And while none of this is new, 10-minute delivery speeds it all up, the choices, the waste, and the impact. Let's make it clear, none of this is about blaming people for ordering food. Most of us use delivery apps because they're easy, fast, and sometimes feel necessary. And for a lot of people, they really do make life more manageable. But even so, it's worth asking, is there a way to stay in control without getting swallowed by them? Sometimes it's as simple as choosing to support a local restaurant in person, even once in a while, or just pausing for a second before you tap place order and ask, do I actually want this, or is it just convenient? Turns out a lot of people are already thinking this way. According to a 2024 PwC report, 80% of Americans say they're willing to pay more for higher quality, ethically sourced products, and nearly half are actively trying to reduce food waste. So it's not about quitting delivery altogether, but if you're using it, do it with a bit more intention. whether that's choosing better meals or just noticing the habit instead of rushing through it. Small shifts like that might not feel big, but over time, they add up. And the more we stay aware, the more we can shift it, one order, one choice at a time. At EcoCreds, we care about this because food, waste, and systems like these all connect. And we're working on ways to make your environmental impact more transparent, traceable, and rewarding, so you actually see where your choices make a difference. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and follow us on X for more conversations like this.